up, world? And welcome to the Mecca of Mastery TV. I am your host, Mecca. If it is your mission to become the greatest version of yourself in every area of life, then you are in the right place. I'm so excited about this video because in this episode we are speaking about personal development and spiritual development. And the topic of this video is how to heal yourself. Let's get straight into the video. Whew. So listen, let's talk about healing, right? Think of healing, okay, as if you get a sore. You fall off of your bike, okay? You got this open wound, right? Now, I'm sure you got some scars from some wounds, okay? You got scars from some wounds, don't you? Yeah, you do. You got this open wound. And you put in ointment, however you're doing treatment, natural treatment, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You put in Vaseline, you put in all type of stuff so you can heal the wound. You're putting a Band-Aid over it for a time as it heals so it don't get infected, okay? And you do this over time. Now, eventually, you've been taking care of that wound so long, okay? It turns into a scar. You forget that that was even a wound or something that was painful in your life. However, it was a scar. It tells a story, right? I say this and I use that so you can look at healing yourself, your spirit, your soul, your aura the same way. However, we understand it in the physical, external matter when it comes to our body, but we don't understand healing in a spiritual matter like that, right? It's the same thing though. We are walking around here with so much open wounds from traumatic events, breakups, you know, things that people did to us. This person cheated, you know, this person has passed away, you know, we went bankrupt, you know, all of this stuff. We're walking around with all of these open wounds and pain. And until you heal yourself, you will not be able to live a full human experience on the terms that you know you're supposed to live them on, which is being happy and joyful. This is not to say that our entire existence on this planet is going to be 1,000% happiness all the times. No, just like it's never sunny all the time. It's so crazy because I had to stop filming just for like 5 to 10 minutes because I live in Florida and it just rained for like 5 minutes. Right? And then the sun came back out. That's how you are as a human being, right? Well, it's mostly sunny in Florida, but it does rain. You're not going to always be 100,000% happy. There's going to be sadness and sorrow. There's going to be times when you're supposed to just be there and be still and numb and reflect. We're not always supposed to be, but at the same time, you're supposed to heal. You don't leave a wound open because when it's open, it gets infected. When more coming to it. So think about an open wound that you probably got from a previous relationship. So you already had something traumatic happen to you and you never healed from that. So then you go into another relationship and they put their baggage, their trauma, their drama onto you and your soul and your psyche. So now it got infected. So now you're running around crazy. You don't trust nobody. You don't know what to do. You don't know who to talk to because you never took the time out from the previous relationship and healed that wound. From the person when they cheated on you, from when they stole from you, from when they had sex with your best friend. You never ever took the time to nurture that and heal that wound. So I want to tell you some ways to heal yourself. Because healing, you don't have to spend $1,000. You ain't got to go see a whole therapist. I'm a life coach. Most people come to me. But my goal is when they come to me, right, to teach them the techniques and the strategies, to find specific strategies that they can use in their life on a daily basis or whatever so they can heal themselves and they can do that to others. That is a true life coach or therapist. Not somebody you got to keep going to spend money, but that's going to show it to you once, twice, how many times it takes for you to get it and so you can go and do it on your own. It's like the trainer in the gym, right? That's what it's like. But healing yourself is a process. It's really about going within. Just like you do for a scar on your arm, you have to do with the things that happen to you. You have to go and specifically address that. For example, I was raped and I was molested as a child when I was 8 years old, and I lost my virginity at 11 years old. That was an open wound for me because I did not want to do that, right? I wanted to hold on to that. That's sacred. You know, it's so sacred. And I had to live with that. But you know what I had to do? I had to face that wound. And what I did is one of the techniques I'm going to tell you about. I do this every single day. It's called journaling. Pen to paper. Pen to paper, y'all. Pen to paper. Writing about it. Writing it out. Saying what you got to say to yourself about the situation as if you're talking to a person, releasing it, saying I'm angry, I'm pissed off, I'm frustrated, I'm sad, I'm mad, I'm disappointed, I cannot believe this, I'm hurt, I feel ashamed, I'm embarrassed, all of that. Let it out, right? Because you know what we do? Have you ever had a scar and then nobody tried to put nothing on it, they just put a Band-Aid over it? And even when you put a Band-Aid over it, when you open it, it's infected because you never did nothing about it. A lot of the wounds that's inside of you, you just put a Band-Aid over it, right? You still hurt from the previous relationship, so you get a new man. You get a new girlfriend, okay? You still hurt from something, so you just get a new little person, you put them in there. And you know, you got all this going on, but you never addressed what's been going on with inside of you from the previous relationship. So the relationship that you are in now is going down like a tower, and you don't understand why, okay? You keep cheating and you don't understand why, because there's things that you haven't addressed about yourself or from the previous relationship in general. It's an open wound. And when you have open wounds and you're not healed, it leaches into other areas. Wounds, open wounds on your psyche in general is like a bad apple, right? If you put a bad apple with the rest of the apples inside of a bin, okay, it turns the other apples rotten. It's like a bad cell in the body. That's what cancer is, right? It's one cancerous cell start to make all the other cells just be like, oh, go crazy, destroy, deteriorate, you know, destroy them. So it's the same thing. You have to address what it is that is still affecting you. And the thing is, sometimes you might say that you don't know what's affecting you. You just know you're lashing out. You just know you're not happy, right? You might say, I don't know what's affecting me. How do I know what to heal? I'm glad you asked. Start writing. Number one, healing technique. Start writing. Journaling. Start writing. I don't care where you start. You can start with, I have no idea where to start. You can start with, well, what happened today? I kid you not. I put this, look, hand up to the universe. I put this on God. Listen, when you start writing, it will just start flowing out. I thought this when I start journaling. What am I going to talk about? Sometimes I'm scared and excited to journal at the same time. You know why? Because I never know what's going to come out. But it's so many breakthroughs that happen in my life just from me journaling, just from me writing it out. I'm like, okay, I'm having this issue, blah, 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 blah. Oh, wow, well, okay, yeah. And then I discovered this about myself. But then I realized this. Then a thought come in my mind. I'm writing it down. I get the answer right then and there. I'm healing. I'm crying. You know, tears on the pages, right? And I feel so light. It feels like somebody have took bricks up off of my soul, and I feel like I can fly again, right? That writing is so therapeutic. You ain't got to pay nothing for that. Only thing you need to do is go buy a journal. Or you probably got free paper in the house. Writing, journaling is one of the #1 techniques and forms of healing that anybody can do. You can do it wherever, on the bus, okay, at work, on your lunch break, in the house, in the bathroom, anywhere, outside. You can write anywhere. Other than that, getting in silence. When you go silent, and this is what a lot of people say, meditation. Let me tell you first, meditation is not a religious thing. It's not a religious thing. Meditation is not a religious thing. It's about silence. We all deserve to meditate. It's entitled for all human beings. It doesn't matter if you have a religion or not, and no, it does not go against your religion, because it's not a religious thing. It's a spiritual thing. It's just going into the silence. It's going and within yourself. There's nothing religious about that. You do it every day. You do it when you're thinking. But now you're consciously doing it. When you sit there and you think, that's meditating. When you focus on something, that's meditating. Now you're going to consciously do it. That's it. You put a timer on, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and you sit and you breathe. You might have one thing in your mind that you're meditating on, or you might let your mind just go and your spirit take you there. Either way it go, when you get in that stillness and you allow it to become, and you just forget about everything that's going on around you just for that space of time, and you allow yourself to be, right? Everything will start to come to the surface. Things that you've been burying down inside of you will come to the surface. And when it's to the surface, you can deal with it. You can see it vividly. And we have these powers, this higher self, this thing within inside of us that starts to put pieces in their places. So when you open up your eyes, and this time you snap back into reality, into this matrix, you are operating at a different level. You walking differently. You perceiving differently. You thinking differently. Because something inside of you shift. Because now you got some answers. You got a plan. Getting in silence, meditating. That's one of the greatest forms of healing. Because you don't need nothing. You just got to close your eyes and you just got to let it go. Just let it be. I have a 21-day healing plan. I did this. Everything that I put into this plan, I put my heart and my soul and my spirit and everything inside of me into this plan. Because if you knew me, if you've been on my journey with me, you've been with Mecca TV from the beginning, then you know my story. I was an exotic dancer for 7 years. I battled with alcohol. I don't drink anymore. I sold my body. I had sugar daddies. I was incarcerated. I was molested. Lost my virginity. I did all type of crazy stuff. I was manipulative. I did all type of crazy stuff, right? My life was crazy. I had a miscarriage with twins, right? I had to heal. I had been in abusive relationships, you know, got my eyes blacked by men. All type of crazy stuff, and the list goes on and on. And I changed all of that around with this plan that I have. This plan that I created. I put all of that. And it's all natural-based things that you can do that will not cost you a lot of money, right? Things that you can do from just the comfort of your own home with the tools that you already have within yourself. It just takes some discipline and the will to do. Do that for yourself. Take that 21 days and heal yourself. Heal yourself. Description box below, click the link for the 21-day healing plan, because until you heal, you will not be fully happy and live this life. You'll be in pain. Imagine you having many sores and open wounds on your arms, right? You know, when you have a little bump here or just a sore here, it's hard when you lift your arm, you feel it. You can feel it in the nerves in your arm just from one little slice, one little scab, you know? Just imagine when there's so many open wounds in your spirit like that. You're walking around in such pain. You have a heavy, dense pain body. Release that. Heal that. Let that go. You deserve to be light as a feather. We got one life to live, y'all. One. We're not a cat. We don't got all these lives. You got one. And you're supposed to be living it free, happy, in peace, right? Not in pain. Of course there's going to be some pain, but not pain so dense to the point that you can't live fruitfully, joyfully, happy, light. You deserve that. Do this for yourself. Do this for yourself. Heal yourself. Make sure you email me at meccabookings@gmail.com if you want one-on-one coaching, or you just click the link in the description box below. I want to stay connected with you on all your social platforms, so make sure you follow me on social media, all of that good stuff. I want to know what you're doing. We can go back and forth with messages. I love it. I love it. You see my day-to-day living on my stories. I post a lot. And if you need any advice, you can hit me up. And make sure if you have any questions regarding the 21-day healing plan, you can comment on this video, or you can just email me. And as we always say here at Mecca Mastery TV, that we encourage you to become the greatest version of yourself in every area of life. So you go out into the world, you kick a whole lot of action. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do anything, because you can do whatever you put your mind to. Make sure you subscribe to more videos like this, and you send this to somebody that you care about, because we always say here that sharing is caring. I'm sending my love, my light, my energy, my gratitude, and my tranquility your way. You deserve to be happy, to be free, to move through this planet light. You deserve that. That is your birthright. Until next time, I see you in the next episode. Download the 21-day healing plan. Peace.